This is Tom with your fishing report from the Northeast. Cavern Lake is finally nearing in on summer pool levels and is starting to stabilize out a bit. Temperatures are in the low 60s and the lake is still fairly murky. Bass and muskie have both experienced a bit of a tough bite this spring, but as the lake continues to stabilize and outflows through the dam reduce, this should ease up a bit. It might be a bit too late for muskie, but I expect the bass to be moving up shallow and turning on in the next few weeks. Right now, bass are tight on cover if they are shallow, but they are on scattered cover, so not every brush is going to have fish on it up shallow. Fish slow and tight on the cover if you're looking for bass. I've got a reliable source that tells me crappie are hot right now, up and shallow and working on spawning. It should be a good couple of weeks up on the lake. Grayson Lake is a few weeks ahead of Cave Run with its water cleared up and stabilized already. Bass are shallow on the banks and moving closer to cover with passing cold fronts. Crappie are also up shallow and should be nearing in on the end of their spawning process. Fish stocking is going hot and heavy across the state. Check online for schedules for Fins Lakes near you and of course for trout streams. That should do it for us. Wherever you go, good luck and stay safe.
This is Adam Martin with your Western District Fishing Report. Here at Kentucky and Barkley Lakes, the water levels are almost to their summer pool elevation, which means finally we have some flooded bushes to fish. Water temps are in the mid-60s, and we are nearing the second half or the final third of the bass spawn. The red ear spawn is in full swing, so if you want to try and catch a few this year, now is the time, as it will all be over in a couple of weeks. The bluegill are also beginning to spawn in greater numbers, so you can expect to catch a mixed bag if you're targeting panfish. The crappie spawn is also getting started, but has likely not reached its peak quite yet for most of the lakes. Now this fishing report is fairly simple. If you want to catch any of those species that I mentioned, bass, red ear, bluegill, or crappie, you probably need to be fishing shallow. For bank anglers, this is your best time of the year. You can catch a multitude of fish species and they are all shallow and within casting distance of the shoreline. The watercolor is pretty good for the moment, but the rains this week may muddy the waters a bit in some areas. For bass anglers, soft plastics and pitching and flipping will likely produce the best, although crankbaits will allow you to cover more water. For red ear, as always, live bait is preferable to artificial, and things like crickets or night crawlers will give you the best results in most circumstances. For both crappie and red ear, you want to look for shallow pockets protected from the wind, ideally with gravel bottoms and some kind of flooded terrestrial vegetation, either button bushes or mustard flowers. Now I know I mention this every time, but please remember to always wear your life jackets and kill switches. Good luck out there.
This is Jeff Crosby with the Central District Fishing Report. Lake temperatures across the region are running in the mid to lower 60s. This is a prime time of year to get out and go fishing. At area lakes, largemouth bass are currently in the middle of their spawn. These fish can be caught on a variety of lures such as spinner baits, chatter baits, crankbaits, and even jerk baits during this time of year. Also, weightless Senkos or pig and plastic combinations are also very effective at catching a few of these fish. Also at area lakes, it's a great time of year to get out and catch a few crappie. They are in the middle of their spawn. They can be caught on live minnows or crappie jigs fished along shoreline cover. Bluegill at many of our area lakes can also be caught as they prepare for their spawn in May as the water temperatures warm. They can be caught on night crawlers, redworms, crickets, fished along shoreline cover and in the middle of coves or cuts along the bank. Finally, it's a great time of year to check out one of our fins or fishing in neighborhoods ponds. They've been stocked with trout and or catfish. Check out the department's website at fw.ky.gov for a complete listing of fins lakes in your area and also the stockings for those lakes. So grab a pole, enjoy some great spring fishing, and I hope to see you on the water.